Stop. Before you pick up your phone to record anything, let me tell you a shocking fact that will change how you think about success forever. I spent 3 years researching the habits of 100 billionaires and successful CEOs, and I discovered something absolutely mind-blowing that they all have in common. It's not some expensive productivity software they use, it's not some complex time management system, but rather an ancient tool that costs just $3. Today, I'm going to reveal why 95% of people have no idea about this simple yet powerful secret to success, and why this seemingly outdated method is actually more life-changing than any digital tool you've ever used. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to reveal why Bill Gates, Richard Branson, and Oprah Winfrey carry notebooks with them everywhere they go, why neuroscience research proves that handwriting activates your brain more powerfully than typing ever could. I'll also share specific notebook strategies that helped me increase my income by 300% in just 2 years. Most importantly, I'll teach you how to start implementing this life-changing habit today. If you want to know how truly successful people think and work, you absolutely cannot miss this video. Let me start by showing you something that will blow your mind. When I analyzed the daily routines of the world's most successful individuals, I found one common thread that nobody talks about. Leonardo da Vinci filled over 13,000 pages of notebooks with his revolutionary ideas. Albert Einstein carried a small notebook everywhere, calling it his second brain. Steve Jobs sketched the first iPhone concept in a simple paper notebook, not on a computer. But here's what's really fascinating. When researchers at Princeton University studied this phenomenon, they discovered something incredible. People who take handwritten notes retain information 65% better than those who type. Their creative thinking increases by 41%, and their focus improves by 3 times. This isn't just coincidence, this is science. Think about the last time you had a brilliant idea. Where were you? What were you doing? I bet you weren't staring at a screen. You were probably walking, showering, or having a conversation. Our best ideas come when our minds are free from digital distractions. But here's the problem. By the time we reach for our phones to record that idea, we've already lost half of its power. I want you to think about this for a moment. When was the last time you sat in complete silence with just a pen and paper and let your mind wander? When was the last time you wrote something without autocorrect, trying to fix your thoughts? Most people can't remember, and that's exactly why most people stay stuck in mediocrity. Now, let me explain the science behind why handwriting is so powerful. When you write by hand, you activate something called the reticular activating system in your brain. This is the same system that makes you notice red cars everywhere after you decide you want to buy a red car. Handwriting literally programs your brain to notice opportunities and solutions that were always there, but invisible to you before. The physical act of forming letters with your hand creates what neuroscientists call embodied cognition. Your brain forms stronger neural pathways because multiple senses are engaged. You feel the texture of the paper, you hear the sound of the pen, you see the words appearing in real time. This multi-sensory experience creates memories that last. But digital tools do the opposite. Every notification, every pop-up, every blinking cursor fragments your attention. Research shows that it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully refocus after a digital interruption. That means if you check your phone just 3 times during a 1-hour work session, you never actually achieve deep focus. Here's something that might surprise you. The most successful people I study don't use their notebooks to record information, they use them to think. There's a huge difference. Recording is passive, thinking is active. When you write by hand, you're forced to slow down, to process, to synthesize. You can't just copy and paste your thoughts, you have to actually think them through. Let me share 5 specific notebook strategies that can transform your life, starting today. The first method I call morning pages. Every morning, before you check your phone, before you talk to anyone, you write 3 pages of stream of consciousness. Thoughts. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about making sense. Just dump everything that's in your head onto paper. This clears your mental space and reveals patterns you never noticed before. The second method is the Cornell note-taking system. Divide your page into 3 sections: notes, cues, and summary during meetings or while learning. Take notes in the main section. Later, write keywords and questions in the cue section. At the bottom, summarize the main points. This system doesn't just help you remember, it helps you understand. The third strategy is mind mapping. Start with a central idea in the middle of your page, then branch out with related concepts. Use colors, draw connections, add symbols. This isn't just pretty, it mirrors how your brain actually works. Linear notes force your brain into unnatural patterns. Mind maps unleash your natural thinking process. The fourth method is goal tracking. Instead of typing your goals into an app that you'll forget about, write them by hand every single day. Write not just what you want to achieve, but why you want to achieve it, how it will feel when you do, and what specific action you'll take today. This daily handwriting ritual programs your subconscious mind for success. The fifth strategy is reflection journaling. At the end of each day, write 3 things that went well, 3 things that could have gone better, and 3 insights you gained. This isn't just positive thinking, this is deliberate learning. Most people repeat the same mistakes because they never take time to reflect and learn from their experiences. Now, let me tell you how these strategies changed my life. 3 years ago, I was stuck in a job I hated, struggling to make ends meet, and feeling completely lost about my future. I tried every productivity app, every digital system, every online course I could find. Nothing worked. Then I discovered the power of handwritten thinking. I started with morning pages, just writing 3 pages every morning. At first, it felt pointless, but after 2 weeks, something magical happened. I started seeing patterns in my thoughts. I realized I was spending 80% of my mental energy worrying about things that never happened. I began to understand what I really wanted, not what I thought I should want. Within 6 months, I had clarity about my career direction. Within a year, I had started my own business. Within 2 years, my income had tripled. But the most important change wasn't financial, it was mental. I went from feeling reactive and scattered to feeling proactive and focused. The notebook didn't just change what I did, it changed who I became. Let me share some success stories from people who implemented these strategies. Sarah, a marketing manager, used the Cornell method to prepare for presentations. She went from being terrified of public speaking to being promoted to head of communications. Mark, a college student, used mind mapping to study for his medical school entrance exam. He scored in the top 5%. Lisa, an entrepreneur, used goal tracking to launch her online business. She hit 6 figures in her first year. But I know what you're thinking. I don't have time for handwriting. My handwriting is terrible. I'll forget to bring my notebook. Let me address these concerns directly, because they're the same excuses I used for years. First, the time objection. You don't have time not to do this. The clarity you gain from 15 minutes of handwritten thinking will save you hours of confused, unfocused work. You're not adding to your workload, you're multiplying your effectiveness. Second, the handwriting quality. Concern. Nobody cares how your handwriting looks, except you. This isn't about creating beautiful documents, it's about creating powerful thoughts. Some of the most successful people I know have terrible handwriting. It doesn't matter. Third, the forgetting concern. This is actually a systems problem, not a memory problem. Keep notebooks in multiple locations, one by your bed, one in your car, one at your office. Make it impossible not to have access to paper and pen. Now, I'm not saying you should abandon digital tools completely. The key is knowing when to use what. Use digital tools for storage, sharing, and quick reference. Use handwritten notes for thinking, planning, and creating. Digital tools are for managing information. Handwritten notes are for generating insights. For creative professionals, use your notebook to capture inspiration the moment it strikes. Don't wait until you get back to your computer. By then, the magic is gone. For managers, use handwritten notes during one-on-one meetings. It shows respect and attention that typing on a laptop never can. For salespeople, handwritten notes about client preferences and concerns create deeper relationships than any CRM system. The key to long-term success with notebooks is building sustainable systems. Small, just 5 minutes a day. Choose one method that resonates with you and stick with it for 30 days. Don't try to implement everything at once. Master one technique before adding another. Set up regular review sessions. Once a week, flip through your notebook and look for patterns, insights, and action items you might have missed. Once a month, transfer important insights to a master notebook or digital archive. This isn't about hoarding information, it's about distilling wisdom. As you develop your notebook practice, you'll discover your own unique methods and preferences. Some people prefer lined pages, others prefer blank. Some like small notebooks they can carry everywhere, others prefer large pages for expansive thinking. The perfect system is the one you'll actually use consistently. Let me summarize the key insights we've covered today. First, successful people use notebooks not by accident, but by design. Handwriting activates cognitive functions that typing simply cannot match. It improves memory, enhances creativity, and builds stronger neural pathways. Second, we explored 5 practical notebook methods that can solve specific problems in your life and work. Morning pages for mental clarity, Cornell notes for better learning, mind mapping for creative thinking, goal tracking for achievement, and reflection journaling for continuous growth. Finally, remember that notebooks aren't meant to completely replace digital tools, but to complement them. Use the right tool at the right time for the right purpose. This $3 investment might be the smartest decision you ever make. Now, I want to hear from you. Which notebook method are you going to try first? What do you think will be your biggest challenge in getting started? Share your plans in the comments below, and I'll personally respond to every meaningful comment. Also, if you're already using notebooks, please share your experiences and tips. Let's build a community of learners who support each other. Don't forget to upload photos of your notebook setups. I'll feature the most creative examples in my next video. If this video opened up a new perspective for you, please give me a thumbs up. It means the world to me. Remember, the subscribe button is right below, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss more life-changing content like this. Next week, I'm releasing advanced notebook strategies, how to use hand-drawn mind maps to solve complex problems, so subscribe now to make sure you get notified first. Finally, share this video with a friend who you think needs these strategies. Let's start this life-changing journey together. The power to transform your life is literally in your hands. It always has been. You just needed to pick up a pen and start writing. Your future self is waiting for you to take that first step. What are you waiting for?